Hello guys, I'm Chin. We welcome you all to our YouTube channel Easy Math with Chin. In this video, I'm going to give an introduction to graph theory. So this is the first video on graph theory. So what is a graph? A graph can be described as a pictorial representation of a set of objects and those objects are connected by some links. Those interconnected objects are represented by points named vertices. So here there are 4 vertices. And the links that connect to the vertices are called as edges. So here there are 4 edges, right? Okay, to be a graph, it must have at least one vertex but no need to have any edges. Degree of a vertex. The degree of a vertex of a graph is the number of edges adjacent to that vertex. For an example, here V is a vertex and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 edges adjacent to this vertex. Therefore, the degree of the vertex V is 8. We usually use this delta notation to express the degree of a vertex. In this graph, there are 2 vertices U and V. The degree of the vertex U is 4 and the degree of the vertex V is 2. These kind of edges, we call them as loops. And these 2 edges are connected to the same pair of vertices. Those are called as multi-edges. Let's learn about them later. So here I just wanted to mention that this loop is one edge, but it is connected from both sides to this vertex. Therefore, when we are counting for their degree, we consider it as 2. Adjacent edges. For 2 edges to be adjacent, there should be at least one vertex in common. So here the vertex V is common for both of these edges. Therefore, these 2 edges are adjacent edges. Handshaking lemma. This lemma was proven by Leonhard Euler in 1736. So it says the total number of edges in a graph is equal to the half of the total degree. Let's look at an example. Here there are 4 vertices U, V, W and X. First, let's consider the vertex U. The degree of the vertex U is 3 since there are 3 edges connected to the vertex U. And the degree of the vertex V is 4. The degree of the vertex W is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And finally, the degree of the vertex X is 3. So the total degree is 3 plus 4 plus 6 plus 3. It's 16. Now let's count the total number of edges. I told you earlier we take this loop as one edge. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the total number of edges in this graph is 8. That is, the number of edges is equal to the half of the total degree. Right, this remark is very important to know whether the given figure is a graph or not. Right, so it says every graph has an even number of odd degree vertices. Example, can a graph have 5 vertices of degree 0, 1, 2, 3, 4? So here I have drawn a graph with 5 vertices. The first one has 0 degree, the second one has degree 1, third has degree 2, fourth has degree 3, and the last vertex has degree 4. So here there are 2 odd degree vertices B and D. So that 2 is an even number, therefore this graph can exist. Simple graph. This is the definition of a simple graph. However, simply a simple graph can be defined as a graph which is not a multigraph, not a loop graph, not a directed graph, and not a weighted graph. Okay, so let's see what are these graphs. Multigraph. A multigraph is a graph that can have more than one edge between a pair of vertices. Therefore, a graph with multi-edges is a multigraph. Loop graph. A loop graph is a graph which allows an edge to start and end at the same vertex. So these are called as loops. Directed graph. In directed graphs, all the edges are directed from one vertex to another. These graphs sometimes called as digraphs or directed network, and the directions are indicated by arrows. So here this edge is directed from the vertex u towards v. Therefore we can write that edge as uv. Okay. Likewise, the other edges are vx, vw and uw. If all the edges of graphs are bidirectional, then we call such a graph as an undirected graph. Degree of vertex in directed graph. In a directed graph, each vertex has an in degree and an out degree. So let's consider the vertex V. So V has 2 outward arrows and 1 inward arrow. Therefore, its out degree is 2 and the in degree is 1. So this is the notation that we can use for the in degree of a vertex, and this notation is for out degree. Weighted graph. A weighted graph is a graph in which each branch is given a numerical weight. So this graph is a weighted graph as well as a directed graph. Subgraphs. This is the definition of subgraphs. Simply we can say if all the vertices and edges of a graph also belongs to another graph, then that subjected graph is a subgraph of the other. For example, here all the vertices and all the edges of H are also in the graph G. Therefore, H is a subgraph of G. Okay, for more details and examples, you can refer to my website. If you have any doubts, please comment them. And don't forget to subscribe to Easy Math with Jin. See you next time.